What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more Combined Arms content, carrying on with part 3 of Combined Arms in review. We are into the knockout stages, which means there is no more easy games. And as you can see, my first opponent is going to be Hans. You know him from OpenRA as a Minions player, loving his Soviet play with demos and flamethrowers and anything that burns. But in Combined Arms, he is a Scrin player, and he is a decent Scrin player. So this is going to be a very interesting game since I rolled Scrin as well. We're on Onyx, not my favorite map. I don't particularly like it in Combined Arms as well. It's just so much eco on it, and it's kind of really open, which, you know, when you're new to a game, the more open a map is, the harder it is for you. It makes it so you can get flanked a little bit easier. But my strategy is going to be that triple ref, double barracks build. It's worked for pretty much every game that I've played, except for that one against Ano. So, again, that was more of just bad attack on my part led to a bad snowball that I just couldn't overcome there. We're just starting out, and you can see it's lagging a little bit, which is unfortunate. Hans and I try to play on the official tournament servers, and I think it crashed, so this is like an actual restart. I don't think we got too deep at all, but it's gonna be a little bit laggy, but then it improves. So I'm not sure what's going on with him. I know from China he has to play on a VPN, so a little unfortunate there, and then we are very far apart globally, so that doesn't help as well, but it is what it is, and it will improve later in the game. But for now, it's a little bit rough, just giving me more time to think in micro, I suppose, so not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, on this map, with those two Ordreks in the middle, they're very, very hard to actually snipe, or very hard to actually get. They're very easy to snipe. So I'm just kind of running some warriors in, checking the bottom one, since it's a little bit easier to go for the bottom one on the right side. Rallying the rest of my rifles in the middle, because again, where else are you going to put him in this one? And I know he's Scrin, so he doesn't have any early infantry rushes. Don't got to worry about grenadiers or flame drop or anything like that. The only thing I would have to worry about is like a quick, seeker tank, or if he's Traveler 57, 59, he gets last order tanks. And last order tanks they're just replace the seeker. They're really good, do a lot of damage. Very light armor, like dies to a breath. So he's pushing down there on the bottom. He kills one of my rifles, but I killed two of his, so that's nice. I'm getting that scout warrior in, which is also nice. I decide, alright, now is about the time that I feel like I can go for another engineer. And I've got that second ref out too, so I can start pumping out some more warriors or disintegrators, whatever I want. Hopefully that rifle will tell me what I really need to see, and that's, you know, any sort of early text, something like that. We'll have to see. And now the internet is just slowly chugging along, slowly dying. Rotate one of those warriors to the bottom and one at the top and back to the world there. Again, that's just try to help me so I don't get sniped there, because it's super easy to do. Third ref's out now, so it's time to start fully doing stuff. And I see that he's pushing in here, but he pulls back, so alright, fine. I think we traded probably about evenly there. No big deal at all. A little worried that he's sneaking in a warrior through that gap between me, but get lucky there. This warrior doesn't see too much. I was trying to see if I could force fire and then run away, but he got more there. And then I see that there is a ton of warriors there. I'm going to stand my ground just because I have defender's advantage and try to kill off as many as I can, but I'm definitely going to lose that battle. There's just too much there. And it is at this rate that his internet is just absolutely dying. It's like damn near paused right now, which is, you know, hey, I get to look around. But I don't think I'm actually really doing too much other than just re-rallying my barracks there. Thought about saying, like, damn, this is getting a little rough. But, you know, we're already 3 minutes in, although it's probably closer to 5 with the lag. So we're committed at this rate. Get that engineer in there, which is nice. So I did get that cap off. Yeah, he killed pretty much my early army right there. That's alright. I got my third Rex out now, so I'll be able to pump out a lot more. I'm just going to pump out a ton of warriors for now. Don't really need too many rockets or disintegrators. Just needed to catch up on that. He asked if we should read, but like I said, we're in too deep at this point. You know, it's 3 minutes into the game. Strategies have already been somewhat, like, exposed. So I get lucky here that he wants to move away. A lot of his warriors were pretty low health too, which definitely helped. And I get the cleanup there, so that is going to probably put me ahead in army value, at least for now. And, you know, with a double axe, I'll definitely soar ahead unless he's doing something similar. Which I didn't really get to see with my scout. I did see where his barracks was, which is something, I guess. And I did see 2 power plants, which makes me think double ref. But again, that doesn't tell me much if he's doing something like I'm doing. Go down to the bottom, see if he's captured that old Derek, and no, he has not, so cool. I'll just build another engineer, wrap my army around. I should be able to get it, no problem. Think about placing a turret too, since, you know, I do have to worry about those secret tanks, and I haven't seen any sort of vehicle presence. And I am going to move that MC out rather shortly, so my top side will be a little exposed. And there's a gunwalker, but gunwalkers don't fare too well against mass ball of rifles, so it goes down. And with that and my concave, I should be able to clean out that army, and I do indeed. So kind of place that turret down, move my MC out. Kind of forgot about my warp sphere for now. That's alright, I'll fix it in a second. Get that engineer in there. There we go. Remember my warp sphere. And I go for like a 2-to-1. 2 interlopers, 1 gunwalker. Not really necessary. It just gives you that, you know, little extra armor. If he does go air, then having gunwalkers is really nice, since they are probably the best air unit or anti-air unit. Just depends on your point of view. Vulcans are also pretty good. Again, he's pushing in, but I think I had the better concave here, and just the superior numbers, so he's getting pretty much cleaned up again. I see a little bit more of his warriors running away at the very end. Gotta send that one warrior down, just to make sure he's not winning that one rifle in or anything to steal like that. It's totally possible. But yeah, so far everything's going pretty good. I got my double racks up, 1 war factory out, first interloper's out. He's got a plasma cannon killing that turret, and there's nothing I can much do about that. Don't remember if I saw that engineer or if I just got lucky that I sent a warrior down there, but yeah, I managed to kill his engineer that was going to steal that away from me. So, internet's dying just a little bit again, but it's okay. Pause that 1 queue since I'm running out of money. As soon as this ref gets down, I'll be able to restart it. Having these 3 old Dereks is definitely giving me some extra income, making me run those queues a little bit quicker than I would without them. Unfortunately, piece of tib grew right where I wanted to place my ref, but oh well, 1 cell difference. Probably not going to make a huge difference to things. Here we go again. He's attacking me, but I got an interloper this time, so should be pretty good, and he retreats pretty much instantly. Loses a fair chunk there again, so again, I'm just kind of slowly starting to snowball on him. I got a big infantry army here. He's just been taking nothing but losses for these past few minutes. But with that extra ref out, I can just start pumping out that queue again, get those interlopers out, get another ref down on that single ore patch in the middle, and it should be more than sufficient for a good time. Pause the queue again because I'm just struggling just a little bit. Need to really wait for that 4th ref, 5th ref to stabilize things. Killed the scout in the bottom. He killed my scout on the top, but I see just a little bit that he's moving in. But I catch his portal since I knew where that was at, and that's nice. So it's going to slow down his build just a little bit. And if he's building another barracks, it kind of sucks for him if he doesn't have radar yet. But 2 power plants down there too. But I see he's right there. Just get my armor in front if they can get out of the way. But he's got 1 interloper, and it's moving in a little too close. Mine's going to be in great position, and I'm going to have a really good engagement here. Kind of loud in my ears right now hearing the stuff, but yeah, that interloper of mine just doing so much thinking. His gunwalker's getting caught up on it, and I managed to keep a huge chunk of my army there, so that probably was pretty much all of his army, so I'm feeling really comfortable right now. It's a great lead to have. Unfortunately, he's got a plasma cannon on the top, and I gotta retreat there a little bit, but yeah, his bottom base is exposed. It's probably gonna go down. And since he has a plasma cannon on the top, I know that his MC has moved there. It's fine, which is fine. Need an advanced power plant, and then go straight into tech. Start to build some leechers, some more interlopers. Leechers are like, they're kind of like a medium artillery unit. They heal on infantry, so they're going to be really annoying to deal with. They also have a slow when they hit stuff, so super annoying to deal with. They're a decent unit. Collector is not my favorite Scrin faction, but I'm going to go ahead and kill this. Oh, there come bottom. And then just keep the pressure on with that small detachment over there. I can hunt a harvester on the backside, that'll be great. Or pull his army out of position, that'll be also be really good. But yeah, the Leecher is good. It's not my favorite unit. One of the upgrades for it allows them to like reform after they die, which is really nice. There's a bug in this version of Combined Arms, unfortunately, where that visual is like blink, but you can still kind of see it with the box, so it's not a huge deal. It's one small faction, and Dark knew about it before going to the tournament. Yeah, I'm focusing on the back. Just gonna poke and kill that refinery. Hopefully that's drawing his army out of position so I can attack into this heavily fortified position. Got Tech Center out now, and I'm gonna move away. And then we're going to attack move in the back and hopefully just kind of squeeze him in right here. Unfortunately, plasma cannons are super strong, and this game is where I first realized that. He's also up to tier 2 and using his tier 2 Scrin faction units, which are super good. So I make a mistake on the backside to try to kill that plasma cannon rather than just kill the war factory. My army on the front side is getting absolutely dominated. Just gone. Get that hardened carapace that's like flak, so it helps with explosions. But yeah, I lost a lot there. That was a huge swing. That was just a really, really bad series of engagements there. He's going to clean up pretty much everything. Not even going to get that war factory. So now everything's kind of reset. One thing I do have going for me is I'm probably up in expansions, probably up in tech, which is nice. Stop with the warriors and upgrade to ravagers, and the ravagers are just pure better. Pretty much everything on tier 2 is better than tier 1, but getting some devours, since devours are good anti-defense, but I also need some armor, and devours are light armor. Trying to mix in some tripods in there too, since they're basically a mammoth type thing. He's got a corruptor there and a bunch of tier 2 infantry, and you can see that I'm just getting melted by that one corruptor. So much going down instantly. So Hans is playing really well here, and I am absolutely struggling against his composition. There you go. You can see that I just got that upgrade in time, and my Leecher died, but it's going to come back in just a second here at full health, which is really nice. The visual's kind of screwed up, but it's supposed to be a blob. Thinking about getting blink packs, but I don't even have intruders right now, so it's not worth it. Yeah, I just need another war factory, since I'm going to start seeding an eco here in just a second, and then I'll probably move out again, maybe drop another ref, maybe drop another war factory, since my eco is just going to go through the roof. But you know, I've done a number on his main base right now, so it's time to attack somewhere different. I'm going to leave like one warrior in the middle again, just in case he wants to push through there. Leave my rally somewhere in the middle too. And then I think, you know, maybe I should have some defenses on the bottom just in case he wants to rotate over there and do what I'm doing basically. But he's been on the defensive versus targeting, which is kind of how I want it. I think I'm a better offensive player than I am a passive player. I can play passive, but it's not really preferred style. I think I like to create my own openings rather than take the openings given to me, so. Catch an engineer there, that's nice. I think he was trying to run around and get that old Derek on his side. Yeah, just gonna poke in here, see if he's got anything. Still running out of money right now. Probably should be doing a little bit better on my eco, but hey, it is what it is. Did spec into the Loyalist sub-faction for Scrin, so I get Overlord's Wrath, Ichor Seed. So those are just gonna... Overlord's Wrath is like a cluster missile. It's like a support power that helps there. And I attack into here, but unfortunately, again, those two plasma cannons are just shredding me. He's got a corruptor in the back as well. And that Darkener killing my interloper, so... The last 3 attacks have just been so poor, and I'm just giving Hans an open in this game that I really don't want him to have. Yeah, Ichor Seed, free resources, it's like 3,000, so it's always nice to use. Overlord's Wrath also drops resources, but also does damage, so you can kind of use that as a cluster missile to kill your opponent, or use it as a resource if you really need it. Probably better off using it as a cluster missile type. Then you are going to give your opponent resources, so if you fail, then you're just giving them free money as well. Pumping out those tripods, since I'm thinking this is CNC3 and tripods are super good, but this is not CNC3 and tripods are okay. They're not the worst thing in the world, but I think there is better options there. Also cancel those tripods in the bottom and build some secret tanks so I can get some harass, since, you know, if I can hurt his eco, that'll keep him further behind. That is one spot that I'm ahead of. Realized that he captured that oil there up top, and sorry, I built an engineer. And I could push across to the bottom with that MC, but I'd rather push to the top. That just keeps my side a little bit more easy to manage rather than trying to push into his side. Especially because of where my army's position's at, you know, I know it's to go there. If I move that MC on the bottom and there's actual base there, then I'll be in trouble. But yeah, I'm done attacking into the plasma cannons. Those are too much for me, so I'm gonna try to work my way all the way around them. And all my support powers are pretty much coming at the same time, which is nice, so. Resources scan, it's nice. It shows me all the tib on the field, and it does see a large part of his army, so. Did not show me that there was a base there, but that's okay. That Devour and corruptors will do not corruptors, leechers. Yeah, you can see that that plasma cannon almost killing a leecher just by itself. They're pretty good. I don't know where his MC is. I guess it ran away as soon as it saw me, but killing that advanced power plant is nice. I got a secondary army there in the middle. The Seekers are finally ready, so I'll just send them into the bottom and harass. I'm doing a pretty good job here. Got another firing ring coming up, more plasma turrets, because why not? My Ichor Seed is ready. Should probably be using it, but I'm a little too busy microing elsewhere. Guerrilla Coalescence is also ready, which is a nice little support power. It's like acts like a leecher. Here we go, big engagement here. And yeah, he's got a lot of corruptors there, but I got the numbers advantage, I think, in a better concave. And I don't really even see it, but his colony ship was there, so his MC goes down. And he's going to trade out all of my army, but I'm going to trade out all of his army, and I know I got a secondary army still, so... Try to get away with that Devour just a little bit, if I can. Finally use that Ichor Seed. Yeah, those 4 Seeker tanks get 2 Harvesters, that is great. So he's down at least 2 Expos now, and down 2 Harvesters. Devour tank goes down on the top, that's fine, I'll just rotate all my army back rather than push him. Don't want to lose my MCV, that could be a big mistake on my part, even though I'm still somewhat decently ahead, at least expansion-wise. Army-wise, I'm probably a little bit ahead now. Losing that MCV could definitely put me behind. Granted, too, I didn't know that I killed his MCV at the time. So he's leading in with Corruptor first, but those intruders are really good anti-defense, so... He's pushing here, luckily I got my army with me. We got Greater Coalescence ready to go. Yeah, those Ravagers just instantly disappear his intruders. Throw that Greater Coalescence down, just to help heal my infantry as well. And down goes his army, so... That was a pretty decent cleanup, got my Mastermind there as well. Trying to go tier 4 after another refinery. Don't really need that other refinery, but I do want to just keep that eco up. Seeker tanks are going to the top. Not going to find anything, so I'll be like, alright, well I guess you'll go back to the bottom. Yep, nope, nothing there. Cool, so I'll just route you all the way around. Maybe I'll catch some Harvesters. Maybe catch an MC, but again, didn't know that it died. And I think this is pretty much it. Obviously not going to attack directly into those plasma cannons. If I can get a better angle on it, then I will go all the way to the side. But I think I've almost through this game and finally managed to just out eco Pons here. So very close to accidentally throwing it, but I think I'm going to pull this one out. Got that ref down, got the army in position. Got more than enough here. Should be good. Overlord's Wrath is going to be ready in 10 seconds, so should be able to deal with anything he's got. Yeah, you can see tripods kind of go down really quickly. Just died to a few units there, but with those plasma cannons out of the way, I'm doing alright. My Ravagers beat his Ravagers, so we're looking pretty good here. Drop a defense, use Overlord's Wrath, but he goes in and calls it GG, so definitely got lucky there. I was super fortunate that I just didn't straight throw it with those 3 really bad engagements, but yeah, that's game 1 against Han. We'll jump into game 2.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by.
Alright, so we're back here for game 2. Hans has picked Traveler. This time I ran into Arc. So GDI is not my favorite faction, but not a bad faction necessarily. Their aircraft is pretty good. Orcas are pretty good. Warthogs are really good at killing the infantry with their napalm. So my idea here is to go for 1 Rax, 1 War Factory into tier 2, and then into an airfield, and move out from there. I'm going to be a little cheeky here, just send 1 rifle up, see if I can capture an engineer, and then everything else I'll rally down. And I'll grab my own oil derricks on the bottom, so yeah, Ruined Kingdom, definitely a rush map, so you gotta be aware of that at all times. Good scouting is very important on this map. If I can get an engineer, or if I can kill an engineer, that'll be really good. I shouldn't have any problems scaring my own oil derricks. And get the 2 refs out, because double ref play is like a must on this map at the very minimum, just because the short rest distance, you're gonna need that extra infantry, but also just, you know, you don't want to try to coat War Factory first here with that rest distance. It's just not a good idea. Trying to market that Harvester, 3 pieces should be alright. See that he's poking down there a little bit, but I think I'm just in a little bit better position here. Got my rifles in the front. Just gotta make sure that I get some rifles to the other side of that old Derek. And I don't see an engineer, so maybe he's running around the front. No, he's got a warrior there. I'll just run away. Because maybe he's coming back to his backside here. And I get very lucky. There is an engineer. Managed to get the snipe off, so that rifle definitely paid for himself. It's gonna slow him down just a little bit. A little bit of lag happening again, but not terrible. Gonna get my engineer pretty safely. And just kind of ball up my infantry since I don't know where anything is going to come. He could easily push into my main right now. Don't have defense queued, so that'd be pretty bad, but get some medics. The medics always good. And get some more rifles. Against Scrin in particular, you don't need those extra rockets super early. Maybe they'll go in interloper, but most of the time you see gunwalkers, so. And that one rifle on the bottom does see that he's pushing with a decent amount of infantry there, so I don't think I can save my oil derrick at this rate, but what I can do is kind of set up an ambush and maybe catch all of those warriors on a move command or just in a bad formation and trade a lot better there, so I'm hoping that I can get there. I'm not sure if he saw me or if he just moved to a better position there, but he kind of pulled back. And then this warrior for sure definitely is going to see me, so that prompts him to move back or at least reposition. So unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm going to get that trap off. So he rotates his army to the bottom, but that's fine. I'll run my army all the way across if I have to. I'm gonna lose that order. There's nothing I can do about it. Goes down, get my war factor down, get an HC out for the extra armor, sell that ref, the double ref cell, and then get all those battle tanks out. And here he goes. Looks like I actually managed to pull off this trap. So I'm trading it a lot better here. Only lost like 1 or 2 rifles so far, and killed pretty much all of his. Those medics definitely helping out as well. Got a few more warriors there, but I think they're gonna get away. But yeah, those medics definitely getting their pay. That HC gonna go right over a wall and crush. So bad. Don't let your vehicles do that, guys. Just move them out of the concrete wall or the sandbags. Those are technically. Just keep that engineer in that HC and probably go up. If he hasn't captured his, then going for his is really great. But chances are he's probably gotten a second engineer there. I also see that he's got that one warrior on the bottom waiting for this engineer, but luckily I got the 2 rifles there, so I'll be alright. Third ref goes down on my patch, and again I'm just kind of ignoring the gyms because they're not really worth it. Built a 4th harvester, so it should be pretty good, and now I'm gonna have plenty of money. Probably could move out before I go for radar, but I really want that airstrip out, so it's gonna slow me down a little bit, but it will give me that access to tier 2 tech. Warrior scout there. It does see that he capped his oil derrick, but it's fine. I should be able to decap it perfectly fine, unless he's got like something immediately in the vicinity, but I think I'm gonna get away with it just fine. And I do, so that's nice. So that'll slow him down just a little bit more on the economic front, and I'll get this oil derrick back, so I'll be up 3 oil derricks to 1, which is always nice. Find a random scout there, so cool, thank you. I'll grab that. I'm just gonna have this HC try to clean up some rifle scouts. Got the airfield coming up next with that radar down. Get some MRS out since that'll help with some early infantry if he has any. You definitely want to get those MRS. They're pretty good. Crush another wall. It's bad. I'm gonna cringe every time I crush the wall. Don't know why I went for advanced fire plant first, but I did. And I see that he's got a lot there. That HC is absolutely gonna die to all those rifles if I keep it there, so he's gonna go back in and kill that old derrick, so unfortunately that's not gonna pay off for me, but that's alright. We've got the Warthog coming out now and 3 orcas. That should give me lots of options for air. And I've got a pretty decent army here, I think, so I can definitely push that, especially with the kills I've gotten early. But I see that he has a really big concave, and I am in a really bad position here, so just need to get those tanks firing on the right stuff. Hopefully I can take this engagement, but I think he's just got more mass. And I'm trying really hard to trade as favorably as I possibly can, but Hans just has absolutely too much there. I think he definitely did a double racks build. So fair play is fair play, and the build I've been using against people is being used against me, I'm pretty sure. So that was brutal. I'm down to just 2 MRS and a handful of infantry. But I will have this Warthog coming out, which can, help me swing back. Fortunately, I have my MC out as well too, so I can't place any more defenses. And now I'm going to lose this oil derrick on the bottom, so he's going to be up 2-0 since he decapped the one on the top.
Insufficient funds.
These harvesters are dry too, which also sucks. He's got lacerators coming in, so that's going to be really annoying. But hopefully I can get a good angle here. And I do get a decent angle. Kill a lot of infantry, and the warthog gets out, which is nice, so. And more or less are doing their things, getting good splash there. They're a decent artillery unit. Haven't lost a single harvester yet, which is nice. I do manage to push this back, but I really need to micro those harvesters and get them onto a fresh patch. Want them to drop off their load first, and then go, obviously, and get that recon drone up. That warthog just surviving on like 1 pixel was really nice for me. It gives me just a fast scout, and if I do see a perfect angle, I can just kill a bunch of infantry. Gonna use it to scout, see if he's already expanded in the bottom while I'm at it. Get hazmat suits, but I probably should have been doing. They're good if you use corruptors. And then Seek and Destroy is range too, which I feel like range is pretty good for GDI. See a 5-stack there, so I say, you know what, might as well try. Unfortunately, it misses, but does let me see that there's a lacerator coming. So he's gonna try to poke at my harvesters right now. He tries with that gunwalker to kill my warthog, gets super close, but I think it was just out of range. Yeah, I'm kind of in a dire economic straits here. It's going to be another minute or two before that refinery in the north starts paying off. But hopefully this orca can catch these lacerators, that'll be good. And you can see just 3 rockets kill that lacerator. They're super light on armor. Luckily I have an ORA there because it'd be a shame to lose a warthog to a single warrior. But takes off anyways, after it was fully recharged. And yeah, this is bad. I've been stalling for a good chunk of time now. Trying to kill the lacerator with warthog, not gonna work. They're just faster than the napalms can drop. Also don't want that orca to get sniped on the airfield, so pull it off. One more volley, and that lacerator goes down. And I don't want to land with it being right there. Luckily I got another one ready to be built. That warthog tried to go back down, but nope. Second orca out, now is going to kill that lacerator. Perfect. And I can hear him finally crushing the walls, but yeah, there's not much I can do here. I've been in a dire situation for a long time. We can maybe get another airfield, but no, that wouldn't work either. I think I saw a peek of something scouting up here, so use my orca to scout. Yep. Kill a gunwalker, get him out of there. I mean, not the worst trade in the world, but every damage on those orcas is gonna hurt. So I'm gonna build another repair bay just to try to keep these units alive. That warthog is served me faithfully. I want to return the favor for him. Place the gun tower and see that, yep, he's pushing me right now. Not sure if I can hold this, but maybe if I get another good warthog strike, I can. I've got some good armor too, but unfortunately his gunwalkers were perfectly there. Get a nice splash though. And orcas do not do anything to gunwalkers. But luckily his armor's all out of position there, and my armor's in good position, so I'm actually going to manage to hold this and not lose too much at all. It's unfortunate that those gunwalkers got behind my tanks, because they killed a lot of my infantry, but definitely not exactly a throw for him there, but that definitely took a large chunk of his army out. Allowed me to catch up a little bit, though I'm pretty sure I'm behind in expansions and army still. And now there's a corruptor coming in on my war factory, and I see even more army here, so yeah, I'm in trouble. He's just focusing on the war factory, and there's not much I can do to save it. That's my only war factory, and if it goes down, that's absolutely gonna hurt. It does go down, and then one medium battle tank instantly going down. And the corruptor is gonna kill much of infantry, but that hazmat suit's helping just a little bit, but still, he's more than dead damage there. Killing that war factory was absolutely worth it. Once again, I've out of tips, so I gotta expand again. Send one of those harvesters down to the gems, because why not? Get another orca out, and I hear him crushing walls, so I'm gonna go see what's up. And I go for another barracks because, you know, I just need the quicker thing, and it's like a little bit more time consuming to get that war factory back up, but see that he's setting up for an attack. Not much more I can do. No good vehicles for it to target. And yeah, there's quite a bit there, so I'll just try to get a good concave, let him come into my base. But there's not much I can do here. This game's pretty much over. He's just slowly stringing everything in, and there it comes. So yeah, not much I can do here, other than hope and pray. This Orca not going to do too much at all. My paddle tank's not going to do too much at all. And yeah, that defense queue just not needed. But as you can see, I am down to exactly 2 units, 3 units, if you string it in for the north. But I go ahead and call GG. So Han's definitely taking it to me there. His strategy seemed to work out really well, and he just caught me off guard with that huge engagement. And again, that's kind of what I've been doing to people, so fair play is fair play, but that means we're going to be 1-1. We'll have to go to game 3 for the tiebreaker.
Battle controls established.
Alright, so we're back here for this final game between Hans and I. I rolled Legion, which I'm pretty happy for. He stuck with Traveler this time. I picked Krakow, this old poop map. I think it is a very good map for the type of strategy that I'm going for, which is going to be that triple ref, double barracks build that I've been doing. With the 4 old Erics there, you know, that's just extra income to make it work that much better. Only downside of this map is that the eco on your start is not super great for this. I'm gonna probably stall a little bit more quicker than I would want to, so that's alright. I'll get some rifles out here, just 1 or 2, not that many for sure. Gotta cancel a lot of them. Don't want to overspend, that would be brutal. Just rifles, poke there. There's just a chance that he goes there. If he does, that's fine. I can just go somewhere else, but get some more rifles out, and then I'll pump that second engineer out, especially after this first one gets captured. You know, get the $300 rebate so you can pump that second engineer out a little bit quicker. Just want to make sure I avoid those barrels just in case he randomly gets a scout there. It could be pretty bad. Other than that, I'm just gonna, you know, send in another rifle down there, see if I can catch an engineer by itself. Send a rifle up there so he can't do the same to me. Get that second engineer out. So it is sending 1 warrior there, so that's just like a check to see if I'm there, and I am indeed there. Get that second ref up, and then I'm gonna send that engineer to the top. Get some more rifles to support there, since he's likely to push there, since he only saw a few rifles. Other than that, it's just back her up and wait. I think I'm barely gonna win that battle. That's nice, but unfortunately that rifle, if it runs anything down there, won't be able to do anything, so just pull my army back for now. Send the rifle up, make sure there's nothing around there. Doesn't seem like there is. Make sure the engineer gets away from the barrels. Don't want to kill those barrels, just because that lets him know where I'm at, kind of. And get a little lucky there. He's sending in a scout rifle, and he just barely caught mine, but he wouldn't have saw much of anything. He'd just see a double ref, if anything. The ref is about 20 seconds out, so as soon as these refs drop off a little, I'll be able to start cleaning up infantry, which is really important because I'm really going to start needing to. Really want to crank up that value as soon as I possibly can. And I'm thinking, you know, with gunwalkers and everything, I just want to build a bunch of rifles first, get that huge up there, and then get those rockets in, so those will deal with more of the defenses. Rifle on the bottom goes down, nothing I can do there. Almost make a huge mistake in placing that third ref down there. And yeah, he's going to come in here and kill that. Well, there's not much I can do about it, except for do the same thing to him. Since my army's kind of out of position. Kill his oils, because again, if you get out a rifle there, I don't want to conga line right into him. But I'll be able to kill his old Derek pretty fine. Even make sure he doesn't have anything coming by just sending that 1 rifle scout out. And just be pretty shaky and instantly recap an oil there too. So it's gonna pay off in the long run, but not in the short term, obviously. The oil Derek goes down. I decided to send in a little attachment, see if he's gonna do something similar. Just 5 or 6 rifles, you know, don't want to spend too much on it. Don't want him to push me. And I just something a little bit different with this triple ref double war barracks build. I built that second barracks before I even build the war factory. It just lets me pump out even more infantry even quicker at the sacrifice of gaining armor for, yeah, how many seconds? 45, 50 seconds for a war factory, so it's like 36 seconds for the second barracks, so that is maybe 1 or 1.5 tanks. So losing 1.5 tanks but gaining, you know, a lot more infantry, I think is definitely worth it. So I've already got a pretty good sized infantry ball here, up to 2 Elderics again, which is nice. I'm killing that third one of his, or second Elderic I should say. Or it's only Elderic technically since it killed this first one, but It's slowly going down there. It's gonna take a little while, and he does rotate some army there, so I'm not gonna kill his old Derek. I'm just gonna try to kill out many of those warriors as I can. Maybe keep him down there a little bit longer. But everything's going so good right now. As soon as this war factory's down, I'm probably gonna have to cancel one of those infantry queues just because I'm gonna run out of money. Even with the 3 refineries, I'm just burning through it. Move that NCV out, cancel that 1 queue, and get those battle tanks rolling. I think maybe APCs since they're cheaper, but they're also just a lot less armored than a battle tank, so don't want those. Let's stick with the battle tanks. Work on these harvests since I feel like in CA they really just want to micro, or they just want to grab and harvest the worst possible spots at Tib. Yeah, so far early game's going pretty much my way. I'm at least up 1 old Derek probably. One of his is pretty low health, so nothing too scary going on. Get that 4th ref up. First battle tank out. Really don't want to push until I get at least 2, 3 of them preferred. And with this type of build, I'm not really looking to gauge into his defenses, especially with the fear that the plasma turrets put in me. Really, all I want is to kill an army if I can. That's really what you want to do with Triple F and OpenRA anyways. But I kind of don't want to reveal my tank here just yet, but instantly reveal it with it shooting the Will Derek, and it was an incision anyway, so I'll go ahead and kill that. Looks like he did something similar about instant recapping it like I did. I think he probably got his money back, but hey, now he won't get more money. Here's some disintegrators up there. I mean, that's not much I can do about it other than just ready for them to come into my attack up there. But see a bunch of stuff right here. So I'm just pulling that tank back so it gets into good position. And I really want to hold that tank alive as much as I can. Place that ref. And this lag's probably helping me a little bit since it's just slowing the game down for me, but I've got a pretty decent concave here. I've killed a lot of his stuff so far. Getting another tank in front too. And he's gonna lose all of his army. And I know where those roads ends are basically the start of his base, so I don't want to go in there because I'm sure there's a plasma turret. I don't want to deal with that. Stalling a little bit here, but just don't want to stop my queues since it's a temporary stall. Got another ref coming out, so it should be okay. And I really don't want to cancel that defense because I don't know where those disintegrators are. It'd be very dangerous if they got into my backline eco right here. So I'm just going to rotate my army to the bottom and fix those rallies so they're more in the middle. Still waiting for those disintegrators. I know they're out somewhere, but I haven't seen them. Plop down that defense now. Send those to scout. And then, yeah, just keep things moving. See some lacerator tanks. I'm like, alright. Time to build some bugs to deal with those. Just keep those on the backside just in case he's going to flank me. But shouldn't be able to stand up to this army. And there's the drop, so those are where the disintegrators were. Barely gonna get that harvester away. One more shot and it'll go down, but I'm lucky that he tries to retarget there. Fortunately, that retarget too allows me to just kill these disintegrators a little bit easier. So I'm gonna be able to push this interloper away. Did a little bit of damage to that battle tank, so I don't know if I could actually chase it down, but I'm gonna try. And then I'm gonna send that harvester far away because it is on such a low health that it's probably gonna die later. So after the early army engagement, I'm kind of playing a little bit more passively right now. And again, he's also kind of keeping me on my back foot with that harassment that he's doing. I know those last invaders are still out there, so I want to keep those buggies back there. Got the laser turret up there, so I'm not super worried about the last invaders, but go up to tier 2, build some Apaches because Apaches are super good. And you know, those will help sit around that harass for the last raider tanks as well. Get that laser tank upgrade, but I guess that's a tier 3 upgrade, so I can't quite get it yet. And I'm trying to form a concave right there. So since he's trying to push, but if he pushes, that'd be really bad for him. Fortunately, one of my infantry queues has been depleted, and didn't even realize it's not building right now. I can see it if I looked over there, but kind of don't. But that's okay. Try to send one of those battle tanks back just because I knew that interloper was back there, and the buggies can't do anything about it. But fortunately, some bad box selecting gets there, but that's okay. So he didn't expand to the bottom, and he hasn't expanded in the top, so I'm not sure where he is. And then I hear some crushing of finches, but I think it might have been me. Maybe it was those last raiders right there. The buggies fortunately scout him, so it's okay. don't want to chase his arm with my whole army, so I'll just get back. And I got an Apache out too, so should be able to see where his army is. Saw the base of a plasma cannon right there, and I don't want to run into that, so I'm like, nope, run away. But I've expanded again. I'm getting another ref out, so this is going pretty good right now. Apache hasn't seen anything, but I know he's there somewhere. And so far everything's going pretty good right now. Just need to not throw this game. Kind of death one pretty hard. It's very dangerous to do so. Random ref scout, I'm not even sure what he was doing there. Managed to see the lacerator, which is nice too. I'm gonna use these Apaches to scout for me. He's got a rifle there. Don't really care. Doesn't really see much of anything. And there he goes. Lacerators and the Interloper are a little bit too much for my bugs to handle, but I'll get one of them. Won't be able to get the second one. So this harvester's gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. I'll have to pull those Apaches back. This attack is pretty much ready. I got a huge ball. And looks like it's unscouted by him, so you can see that Apache dealing with this Lacerators really well. And I see those two tanks. Just want to make sure I get those tanks in front. And then just assault move through everything. Satellite hacks up too, so I can see exactly where his army is. And I see that it's waiting for me, so I'm just gonna kill these refs, kill this power, and then back out. Or at least a little bit. I can think I am. If I see him engage me and it's not like a good concave, then I'll turn right back into it. Apache's coming, and I see that he is indeed there, so go ahead and go in. I'm trying to save those Apaches, snipe out his infantry in the back line, but fortunately it's just not happening. He retreats a little bit. But now I've got the pressure on him. I know I'm in the lead. So here we go. Let's throw it all in. Snipe out those disintegrators as much as I possibly can. Gunwalkers kind of kill him, and the air units go down, but my tanks are a little out of position here, and I'm a little worried, but luckily I get enough of them in front, and I think I just had way too much for him to handle. So he's slowly getting whittled down here. Secondary army's coming in on the bottom too, and he's going to lose that portal, so it's looking pretty good for me. Kill the portal, that's probably going to be all his destruction, and he goes in and calls the GG, so that was definitely a close series. And I'm going to say it here in a second, but his Scrin was scary. It definitely was something that I looked at after the series and studied it a lot because I wasn't sure how to beat it if I didn't already have the advantage. So definitely well played, Hans, and that was a good series in my opinion. And that's going to be it for this week because that was already probably like 45 minutes. So we'll be back with round 2 next time.